All right, all right. Hey, first and foremost, I want to say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to you Akim and you Akwath out there who believe in this gospel, and to you men out there on the highways and byways making your bodies a living sacrifice, and to all you Israelites repenting and calling on the true name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. This is your bro Dabakia coming to you again with another lesson. And for this one, I am going to read an article from the New York Post. Let's get into it. And hopefully you're edified, and through the Spirit you learn, All right. This is from the New York Post. This came out on September 7th, 2021. It says, U.S. troops rage at their leaders will grow unless there's deep reform. Our military civilian leadership is corrupt and incompetent. The brass commands respect neither among the citizenry nor the forces it commands. Mid-level officers are enraged, a dangerous phenomenon that in many other nations triggers insurrections and coups. Blessedly, our institutions retain enough strength to prevent such outcomes here. That said, we need to tend to those institutions more carefully if we want them to continue to work. According to Ramazzoon, more than half of Americans, okay, that's a big number, half of Americans rate President Biden's handling of Afghanistan as, quote, poor. His approval numbers have plummeted, and a majority of voters don't trust administration reports on Afghanistan. All right, and what's going on right here? What you clearly see is, Sleepy Joe's plan backfiring on him. And also, these Edomites are against each other, which is going into the book of Psalms, chapter 24, and that's what I'll be getting through the Spirit. Let's keep going. The Taliban and their Chinese allies have been mocking the United States on social media, while Beijing also openly threatens Taiwan, gloating that after the military humiliation of Afghanistan, Washington wouldn't dare defend that island nation against invasion. Those are big words. These nations are talking mad shit to America now. That's because they know we have someone weak and old and creepy in office. And these countries aren't afraid of you Babylonians anymore, or you Edomites. The Most High, Yahweh, is putting it on their spirit for them to talk like this and to cap like this, because ultimately, when it's all said and done, America will be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. Continuing, Biden stittled disjointed speeches and clumsily, Salakia, and clumsily scripted meetings with the families of dead service members haven't helped, nor has Vice President Kamala Harris impressed with an awkward mission to Southeast Asia that merely underscored her unfitness to take over as president if needed. That's because Kamala Harris, and I like to call her Kabbalah Harris because she's a straight witch, she doesn't even know what the hell she's doing. Meanwhile, the military command has failed miserably. General Mark Milley, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, has become the butt of jokes. All right, that's what America is to the whole world right now. We are the butt of jokes. This country is through. Everything is out of order. All type of madness over here on your left, madness over here on your right. Okay. A group of retired senior officers has called on him and on Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin to resign. Milley, who found time to lecture us on the dangers of white rage last summer, has lately vanished from sight. Meanwhile, the officers who actually do things are furious. A series of encrypted messages leaked to the media shows officers on the ground in Kabul blasting their orders, complaining that they were being forced to leave Americans behind. We are effing abandoning American citizens, wrote a colonel with the 82nd Airborne Detachment there. Regular troops were reportedly apologetic that they weren't allowed to go rescue U.S. citizens as British and French forces did. As this debacle unfolds, the field and company grade officers, captains through colonels are complaining about a double standard in military management. If they screw up even a little, their careers are over. But when a general screw up, there are no consequences. Even when lives or billions of dollars are wasted, then they retire to fat contractor paychecks. Okay, these Edomites are against each other. And if you want to read more on this article, I'll put the link in the description box because there's more information in here. But, I'm going to go ahead and get into these precepts now, all right? And Lord's will, you're edified. Okay, let's get into it. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64, beginning with verse 1. And this is a prayer from our King David, who was from the tribe of Judah. When these Edomites tried to come against him, this is what our King David said, okay? And I make a mention of him being our king because, yes, we have kings and we have princes and we come from a royal heritage, and we're getting back to that. Kwam Yasharallah. All right, Psalm 64 and 1. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrections of the workers of iniquity. Who is the secret counsel of the wicked? Your Freemasons, your elite, the so-called Illuminati, the NWO, the Rothschilds, the Yetis, the Bill Gates, etc. That's the secret counsel of the wicked. And who are the wicked according to the Bible? The book of Malachi, chapter 1, and beginning with verse 3 and going on down. The wicked are you so-called white people, which are the Edomites according to the Bible. So wherever you see wicked in the Bible, that stands for Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Verse 2 again. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. So who's the perfect? You Israelites, especially when you're in your right mind and you're keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Yahweh, he doesn't see too much guile in those who are repentant. And, we're remembering who we were. We're remembering our power, and we know his true name. So if we do those things, we become perfect in Yahweh's eyes, okay? Continuing. Verse 4, again, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not, okay? You Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans don't need to be fearing a damn thing. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has our side in these last days, especially if you're making your body a living sacrifice, and even if you're a believer. Somehow, some way, Yahweh will make a way. Verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune of land snares privily. And what is a snare? All right. A snare is the max, the freaking serpent juice. A snare is child support on Jake Men. A snare is all of these mandates. A snare is closing down businesses and traps and setting up Jake celebrities to persuade and give off of a message. A snare is what else? White Jesus. That's a snare. Christianity is a snare. Catholicism is a snare. New Age, universal, whatever you want to call it, is a snare. That Muslim BS is also a snare. You have a lot of snares out here. And that's by way of the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. They set up the majority of the snares, as mentioned in the book of Psalms chapter 64 and verse 5. Let's do it again. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune of land snares privily. They say, who shall see them? And you know who sees you, Edomites? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and his angels. All right? They see you. And guess who also sees you, Edomites? The men of the Lord. The prophets out here on the highways and byways prophesying the downfall of this place called America. Psalm 64 and 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. All right, these Edomites are deep. You think they don't know who we are? They know that these so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that they have in America are the Israelites. They're not going to admit it. They're prideful devils. And that's end all be all. Okay? That's end all be all. Psalm 64:7. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. And what are the arrows? Those thermonuclear missiles that will come and destroy this country in an hour, pursuant to the book of Revelation. Okay? Yes, missiles and nukes are in the Bible. And we learn this through our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. That's why we say double honors to our elders and apostles. They taught us these things, you know? And how they get taught those things? Through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the Rakah Kadash. And through their elders. Okay, there's order in the kingdom of heaven. That's why we're establishing order on earth. We're preparing ourselves for the kingdom. And that might be the title of this video. We'll see, though. Psalm 64:8. Here's the point. Here's the key precept to this video. So shall they make their own tongue fall upon themselves. All right. And in this article, what are these Edomite soldiers doing? They're having their own tongue fall upon themselves. They're sick of Sleepy Joe. He's destroying his country. And I personally think he's the worst president ever. Psalm 64:8. So shall they make their own tongue fall upon themselves. All who see them shall flee away. All right, that's because these nations, they're tired of the bullshit and the shenanigans. You got people, especially these foreigners, they're out here moving at a mass rate. People are returning to their homes because they know that this country is through. This country is so through, and I thought you knew. Psalm 64:9. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of Yahweh, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. Verse 10. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord Yahweh, and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. All right, so if you're having faith and you believe in this gospel, be glad in the Lord Yahweh, all right? Because he's doing a marvelous thing in our lifetime. This is unlike anything we've ever seen. We're literally in the final days of this country called America, which is Babylon the Great, according to the Bible. All right. So this was a quick little lesson that I wanted to get into about how their own tongue is falling upon themselves. I really do hope he was edified. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say shalom, and I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Peace.